The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic Sports on Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening, and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym. Saturday night, girls regional semifinal basketball here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. It's Dowling hosting Ames. The only time these two teams will play during the regular season, didn't play during the postseason. Didn't play during the regular season, Jimmy. It's Dowling and Ames both in the CIML, but did not face each other. Welcome on this Saturday night, busy day in high school, college basketball. High school basketball postseason begins tonight for the bigger schools in the semifinals. And, of course, wrestling down at Wells Fargo Arena. We got it all, Jim.
I've been watching the wrestling very intently with the Dowling, three Dowling wrestlers moving on to tonight's championship. But just a day full of basketball, men's, women's. Mm-hmm. And you look around, and what's so intriguing is all the Dowling players, be it at Drake or Iowa, in just central Iowa sports in general. Well, you can really get caught up and just see the girls that you've watched, the boys that you've watched, or the men you've watched over the last few years. And, you go throughout the day and watch basketball after basketball, and we get to culminate it tonight with Dowling and Ames.
Yep, and the winner of this game will face the winner of the Cedar Rapids-Kennedy Waukee Northwest girls game going on at Waukee Northwest earlier this week. Cedar Rapids-Kennedy eliminated Urbandale 67-50 at the Kennedy Gym in Cedar Rapids to advance and take on the Waukee Northwest Wolves. And that'll be a Tuesday night regional final. The winner goes to the girls' state basketball tournament next week, or in 2 weeks rather. So, that's what's at stake. But a lot going on today. You look on the men's side, Iowa State men got a big win as they had a doubleheader, rare doubleheader in college basketball. The men's game happened earlier this afternoon. Iowa State defeated Oklahoma 75-54 to get out of the last place. And they needed to get out of the last place to look at the postseason. So hats off to them. The Iowa Hawkeyes got their first win in a quad one game as they defeated 18th ranked Ohio State 75-62. And then Drake's involved with a big matchup at Loyola, first place Loyola, and Drake was up 12 points at halftime, and now the second half going on, we may have a final here, at least through the first quarter. And then tomorrow, UNI men, they are hosting Missouri State. About women's game today, Iowa women and Caitlin Clark. And she was just the third leading scorer today, Jimmy, as all five starters. They got their young lady who was out with an injury, came back today. 5 starters for Iowa women, all scoring double figures as the Hawkeyes upset number 5 Indiana, 96-91, the game that ended right before I got here. So congratulations to them. And Caitlin Clark, 18 points, 12 assists, double-double, and 4 rebounds. So.
I think Caitlin's just finding her way and what makes her team go, and she's the key. And it's a huge win for the Iowa women because as they're vying for their the top 4 seeds get double buys in their Big Ten tournament, and that's huge that they can continue to win. And they play Indiana again on Monday night at Carver Hawkeye.
Yeah, it's because of the COVID reschedule. One of those Indiana games got moved, and they moved it to, I think, today. And you're right. But the Iowa women now tied for third in the conference, and Indiana goes from first place. Now they're now tied with Michigan for second place as Maryland has moved up to first place. So you got all that going on there. We mentioned the Drake women got a big win on the road at Northern Iowa, 73-68. And Oklahoma at number 6 Iowa State tonight. Oklahoma coached by former Dowling Prep and Drake coach Jenny Baranchek. And they tipped off here almost an hour ago, so they should be through halftime. That was a 6 o'clock tip-off. 6th ranked Iowa State and number 15 Oklahoma in women's college basketball, and that I bet Hilton's full. There's probably 200 Drake and Dowling fans up there watching. So we got to make sure we give the score enough because I know they're listening to the Dowling and Ames score.
As I was coming in, I checked the score on that, and Iowa State after the first quarter, I believe, was up 12 points. So certainly every bit of that 6th seed, which is a huge ranking for Iowa State women's basketball.
No question. So a lot going on, and congratulations to the Dowling finalists at the wrestling finals tonight. The twins, Evan and Jacob Frost, they'll be wrestling here shortly. Evan wrestles at 132 pounds and Jacob at 138 pounds, and that is all live on Fox 17 here in Des Moines, so you can tune in and watch it live. And then Ralston Rumley will wrestle at 220 pounds. he's going against the Keeter kid who we saw in football from City High back during the football season, and that'll be a great matchup. And then congratulations to Carson Hagan. He finished 4th, as in wrestlebacks today. He was wrestling for 3rd place this morning, finished 4th, and then all the wrestlers that qualified for Dowling Catholic, including John King, who went 1-1 on the opening day, and I think he wrestled back. I'm not sure if he got in the place winners or not, but what a year it's been for the wrestling team and Dowling sports.
Well, Coach Reich Finch has done just a tremendous job. We talked about it the other night, about just such a culture change that we're seeing, and for the Dowling Catholic Maroon wrestling team to potentially finish a top 5 finish in Class 3A wrestling is just an incredible accomplishment in just your first year. But certainly watching intently on the Frost brothers and Ralston Rumley, as you said, had a tremendous match yesterday against the Valley Kid, and tonight he's got his hands full with Ben Keeter.
Yes, he does. All right, you're listening to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. It's Dowling and Ames, the girls' regional semifinal. The winners play Tuesday night, and they play at the highest seeded team. And right now it's Dowling, seated higher than Waukee Northwest if you look at the bracket, but you never know. That's why you play these games. The Ames Little Cyclones under first-year head coach Chris Harkin. They are 3-18, 3 wins, 18 losses, and they started out 0-11. They won 3 of their next 7. Now they've lost 3 in a row, and they're going to start a young lineup as they're basically in a rebuild process. Longtime coach Joel Sullivan resigned after last season, and that was a season in which Ames had 3 players go Division I. One went to Drake, one went to Bradley, and one to another school down south. So a lot of changes at Ames. So this is not the Ames team that we're used to seeing in a regional final or semifinal, Jimmy. And, of course, the Dowling girls, what a tough week they've had. They've lost 3 of their last 5 losses to end the season to 3rd-ranked Centennial, number 1 Johnston, and number 14 Cedar Falls. Dowling comes in with a record of 16-6.
Well, Ames is the type of team that you just mentioned. They're building, and it's a program that has been on the top of the brackets or the top of the rankings over the last several years, but this is certainly a year where just starting 1 senior, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen certainly have had their challenges throughout the year, just averaging 25 points a game on offense, but getting them up 61. So they certainly have had their challenges. Their record shows it. They're reeling a little bit going into this game, losing 6 of the last 7. But Dowling has had their challenges to finish the seasons as well, losing their last 3 games. Certainly not the type of season you want to finish, but as you know, as we turn the clock and playoff time comes, records mean absolutely nothing. I think you know what your strengths are, you know what your weaknesses are, and I think you know what everybody else has. And at this time, you throw away the record, you go out there and you hopefully play your basketball that you play at the beginning of the year and see what kind of run you can make.
All right, you're listening to the pregame show on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. It's Dowling and Ames coming up. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with starting lineups. Reminder, you can like Iowa Catholic Radio on Facebook and follow Iowa Catholic Radio on Twitter. And we'd like to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, Dental Associates, Skeffington's, Construction Professionals, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. And the one and only Jimmy Olsen is our studio producer tonight. We'll take our first break and come back with starting lineups, Dowling and Ames, coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo as we get set for Dowling and Ames tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. I know, Jimmy, they're reaching out to you for scores. I mean, really? I know there's something going on in Ames tonight, another game, and Iowa State and Oklahoma. What is that, a top 15 battle, 15th ranked Oklahoma and 6th ranked Iowa State. Jenny Baranczyk comes home to Central Iowa. I know you just gave somebody a score, so pass it along.
Well, Iowa State was up 10 at half, 43-33, and as I mentioned, I think highest rated ranking that Iowa State has had.
Number 6.
In their career, 6. And
yep.
It's incredible. If they can keep that going. And Jenny Baranczyk is doing a heck of a job down in Oklahoma. Her first opportunity at a Power 5 school, and she's you knew she was just going to do a heck of a job down there, and she's just
Absolutely.
a very, very marketable coach.
No question about it. All right, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the Ames Little Cyclones under first-year head coach Chris Harkin. 3 wins, 18 losses, and he's assisted by John Landhauser and Chuck Stevens. Now, Chuck is not home. He has been coaching, doing a lot of the film breakdown for health reasons, so we want to wish Chuck well, longtime assistant at Ames. And the Little Cyclones, they have a record of 3-18. Overall, they were 1-11 in the Iowa Conference of the CIML. And they'll start at one guard, Carson Panconen, a 5'5" freshman, averaging 4.5 points, leads the team in steals and block shots. She'll wear number 3. The second guard is Madison Panconen, her sister, a 5'10" senior, the only senior on the club, and averaging 2 points and 3 rebounds. At one forward, Anissa Percival, a 5'10" freshman, averaging 4.5 points, and Percival will wear number 12. And the other forward is Morgan Wall, a 5'11" sophomore. Leading scorer on the team is Wall, averaging 6.5 points and with 19 made threes. And the other guard for Ames is Haley Precaution, a 5'6" sophomore, averaging 2.5 points. So it'll be both Panconen sisters, Madison the senior and Carson the freshman, along with Percival, Precaution, and Wall, the 5 starters for Ames. They come in averaging 25.5 points on offense, give up 61 points on defense. And they started 0-11. They won 3 of their next 7, and they've lost 3 in a row coming into tonight's contest. And, Jimmy, one thing we'll note, and we'll give it our pregame notes here, Ames averages 27 turnovers a contest. We'll see how that plays out. Now for the home team on the scoreboard, Dowling Catholic, the Maroons' final ranking of the year at number 9. They come in with a record of 16-6. They've dropped their last 3 games to third-ranked Centennial, number 1 Johnson, and number 14 Cedar Falls. And the Maroons will start at one guard, Ava Zediker, 5'9" freshman, leading scorer, averaging 12.5 points, leads the team with 41 made threes. She'll wear number 13. The second guard is Julia Moore, a 5'4" junior, averaging 7 points and leads the team with 47 steals. And the third guard is Layla Tritton, a 5'8" freshman, averaging 4.5 points, and she'll wear number 45. At one forward, Lauren Frericks for Dowling, a 5'10" junior, averaging 6 points a contest. And at center, Emma Gipple, averaging just under 10 points a contest, leads the state in rebounding. 12.5 is what she averages per game, and has 23 blocks to lead the team, and Gipple wore number 23. So it's Zediker, Moore, Tritton, the 3 guards, along with Frericks and Gipple in the middle. The head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 6th year at Dowling, 104 wins, 32 losses, and she's assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. And, Jimmy, quick keys tonight before we take our first break.
I think if you look at the Maroons, you just get back to what you do well. You play an up-tempo game. You control the ball, and you look for great shots. Get back to your confidence, which is the biggest thing you hope to come from this game. If you're Ames, you try to keep up with Dowling as long as you can. And you hope to goodness you can get some girls into foul trouble based on the defense that Dowling plays. But if they can't do that, it could be a long night.
All right, we're going to go to our pregame prayer with Father Ryan Andrew and a word from the president of Dowling Catholic High School, Dr. Dan Ryan. As coming up, we'll have the tip-off. It's Dowling and Ames from the Dowling Gym. Girls 5A class semifinal basketball. We'll be back for the tip-off after these messages.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And welcome back. Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, as we get set for the girls' Class 5A regional final. Dowling taking on Ames, and it's a semifinal game. The final will be Tuesday night at the highest remaining seed, Dowling, the number one seed in this bracket, and Joaquin Northwest hosting Cedar Rapids Cane Knight. They are the second seed. And Jimmy, some keys to the game tonight between Dowling and Ames. First time these two teams have met during the season.
Well, as we talked, it's Dowling just needing to build confidence after just a tough finish. You know, knowing that everything cleans out here as we turn to the playoffs. You know, hit some good shots, move the ball around, and play just with a lot of confidence up tempo. And as I said about Ames, you know, they can play nothing to lose. It's very pressed to get some girls to score here, but if they can get Dowling into some foul trouble and start digging into their bench, you never know what could happen.
All right, both Panconen sisters are out there for Ames, Madison and Carson. Carson's a freshman, along with Percival, Eunice Percival, Morgan Wall, and Haley Precaution are underway. Dowling winning the tip, and across the timeline is Zedeker, the freshman. Hands it off to Trenton, the right side. Now they swing to the left side. Zedeker for three to start it out. Good. Corner three for Ava Zedeker. Her 42nd made three of the year, and Dowling up 3-0, and they're immediately Dowling pressing.
Well, you saw Ames come out with the 1-3-1 zone, and Dowling hasn't seen a ton of zone. When they have, they've struggled. But if they can hit some nice shots tonight, as Zedeker did in the corner, can build a lot of confidence for these young ladies.
All right, here's Precaution with it. Haley, the pass on the left wing, gets it to Madison Panconen. You hear that name, you'll hear it twice tonight. The Panconen sisters. One's a freshman, and one's the only senior on this Ames roster. One senior, 4 juniors, 5 sophomores, and 4 freshmen. Ames starts tonight, coming in with a record of 3-18. Dowling defense stays man-to-man. This is Morgan Wall with it, guarded tightly by Emma Gipple. Now they swing the pass top of the key, and with it is Panconen. In the corner goes to Carson Panconen, her sister. And good defense by Dowling here, Jimmy.
Dowling's just going to smother them on face guarding defense, continually following girls around the court, cutting off passing lanes. So let's see how patient Ames is going to be, because they're going to be very patient to find any open shots tonight.
Well, they found one there. Pull-up jumper by Precaution. Up and good. It hits the back of the rim and falls through, and it's 3-2 Dowling. And a nice shot that time by Ames. They were very patient before Haley Precaution shoots and scores. So it's 3-2 Maroons underway here at the Dowling gym. Dowling going right to left. Here's Gipple underneath. Leaves it for Frericks, and she draws the foul. Emma got the pass in the right block, probably a little deeper than she wanted it, and she had to either pass or shoot, and she really couldn't shoot, and a whistle to foul on Ames, and that'll be on Madison Panconen.
The nice thing you see about the Dowling girls is when anybody gets the ball down on the block with the ball, somebody is cutting to give them an opportunity to look for a pass across the lane for an open shot, and that's what you saw from Lauren Frericks when she went up for a foul.
Tonight's game of the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Dental Associates, Mercy One, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Second free throw good. So Frericks goes 1 for 2 at the line, and Dowling out to a 4-2 lead with 6:15 remaining here in the first quarter from the Dowling gym tonight. Ames in their road black uniforms with orange stripes and a white trim along their numbers and letters. Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. Dowling stays man-to-man, and Jimmy, as we saw in that last possession, Maroons overplaying passing lanes, and that time Julia Moore commits the foul as she tried to get around Anissa Percival.
Well, again, Ames showing a lot of patience on that last possession, and you can just see that they're just going to continue to work the ball around, hoping for a good look or somewhere where they can drive to the basket, which is going to be really tough tonight.
Little Cyclones inbound the ball. They get it to Panconen, and that's Madison Panconen, the senior. Her shot no good. Rebound Dowling and Gipple. Emma will bring it up. Gets pass in the corner. Zedeker, corner three from the right side is good. So she's hit one from the left and one from the right. Corner threes by Ava Zedeker. She has 6 first quarter points.
As they continue to stay in zone, that corner three-point shot, either the left side or the right side, is going to be open. So if Zedeker and Frerichs and Marr and Heller maybe getting off the bench, hitting those certainly can build a lead here.
Yeah, both teams have not went to their bench yet, as we have 5:20 remaining here in the first quarter. And now Moore nearly a steal, but nice job that time by Percival. Maintained her composure, tried to pass in the lane to Precaution, and a turnover against Ames. Precaution called for the travel. So Dowling with the basketball, leading by 5, 7-2 over the Ames Little Cyclones. As we have lots of basketball going on in the state, the Big Four involved in action, and wrestling down at Wells Fargo Arena. And underneath, a shot up and good by Emma Gipple, and a 30-second timeout called immediately by Ames after that made basket by Gipple.
Well, Julia Moore found a way to the basket. She went hard, had her pocket picked, as you would say, and the ball kind of dribbles out to Emma Gipple, who's sitting on the block and converts. Ames that time goes to a man-to-man defense, so they're mixing up their defense a little bit and see what fits best for this Dowling Catholic girls team. And right now, probably neither right now. So let's see how the Maroons adjust to man or zone defenses, whatever Ames gives them, and see if they can continue to move these ball around.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Skevington's Formal Wear, Construction Professionals, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. And a reminder, you can stay connected to Iowa Catholic Radio through our newsletter. Sign up at iowacatholicradio.com. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here at the Dowling Gym. Ames inbounds the ball as the Maroons with a 7-point lead, their largest of the evening. I want to thank Jimmy Olson, our studio producer, for sitting in on a Saturday night as a shot in the lane no good by Ames. That was Haley Precaution with the miss and the rebound Dowling. Ames looks like they're matching up on the wings, and they're helping in the paint, and now Moore goes down the lane. Her shot's no good, drew a foul. The foul will be on Ames.
Something that the Maroons haven't had like
there is no 21. And I think it's on 12. Percival picks up the foul. And free throws coming for Julia Moore. Sorry about that, Jimmy.
No, you're seeing Julia Moore, get into the basket. I haven't been able to see that in the last couple games, and hence they just haven't had a ton of success. But Ames not taking away Julia's strong arm, her left side, where she's had a lot of success. Julia can certainly have a lot of success tonight if they're going to play her straight up.
9-point lead for Dowling. Moore makes both free throws. 11-2 is our score. Dowling with the lead. 4.5 minutes remaining. Steal by Zedeker. She stepped in front of the passing lane of Panconen underneath the Gipple on the break. And the shot no good, but Gipple drew the foul. And 2 free throws coming for Emma Gipple. Well, now we're going to see some subs. And the foul will be on Haley Precaution, her first. So the third team foul on Ames. Dowling with 1. And like 2 young ladies substituting in for Ames. And 1 for Dowling. We're going to see Heller in the ball game for the Maroons, as a free throw is good by Gipple. And checking in for Ames will be Jada Britton, a 5'9 freshman, and Eliza Lockey, a 5'8 junior. Second free throw good, so Gipple hits them both. She has 4 points here in the first quarter, and Dowling's lead is now 13-2. Full court pressure in the backcourt. And Percival gets it across the timeline. Here's Anissa with it. Right side it goes to Jada Britton, who just checked in for the Little Cyclones. And Dowling nearly a steal, and they do steal it. Frerichs with the steal to Heller. Maroons now running. Here's Moore in the front court, and she drew the foul. And Percival will pick up her second foul, and that could be a key here in the first half for Ames, getting some of their starters in foul trouble, and it'll be an out of bounds to Dowling here, Jimmy.
You made your point that pregame is Ames averaging 27 turnovers a game. It's going to be so imperative for them to take care of the basketball. But 3 early turnovers right now have turned over to Dowling 9 points, which is 9 of their 13.
Dowling inbounds the ball from underneath their own basket, and now here's Zedeker, 3 for 3 from three-point range tonight, and this one from the left wing. She's almost played around the world.
What? Which you had no success at, by the way.
When I get on Skiggs' court, I'll show you. Here's a steal by Gipple in the basket. Gipple now with 6 points, and Dowling's press now taking over. 18-2 is our lead. You don't have to comment on that last one. Here's a Ames with the ball. They get it over half court. Precaution along 3, up and no good. Rebound Gipple and Dowling. 18-2 is our score. Dowling with the lead. 3.5 minutes remaining. First quarter. This is the girls Class 5A regional semifinal now. Heller corner three up off the back iron, no good. Long rebound slapped around. Frericks had it. It's taken away by Ames. And that was Wall with the rebound. Little Cyclones in the front court. They work it down low. Here's Lockie with it. Eliza Lockie gets it up top to Precaution. This is Haley with it. The sophomore now has the ball stolen out of her hands by Dowling's freshman, Marin Heller.
Heller showed a lot of speed chasing that ball down to the backcourt.
And here's Zediker for three, no good. Nobody came out on her. And rebound out the half court and picked up by Ames and Jada Britton. So Little Cyclones now will have it with 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. Dowling stays man-to-man. They try to lob it inside on a little give and go to Precaution. It's poked away by Dowling. Here's Moore with it. Julia across the timeline, guarded by Precaution. Goes in the lane. Her shot up off the rim, no good. Gipple offensive rebound and putback is good. And it's 20-2 Dowling, and Gipple with 8 first quarter points.
He always finds that side to where the ball's coming off, and that's what Gipple's done all year and continues to do it in the first quarter here at against Ames.
I've told you what other coaches have said about her. He says she just has a knack. She's strong. You know, her legs are very strong, and she just has that knack of anticipation, and that's what you have. And a will to want to rebound. Now a long three by Walls off the back iron, no good for Ames. Rebound Dowling. This is Frericks going coast to coast. Underneath, her shot is up and left it short. Rebound Gipple, offensive board. Now Maroons working around the corner. Moore for three, it's no good. Rebound Gipple again. Heller with it. Dowling will reset. Here is Frericks. Underneath, a little give and go and a pass down inside to Gipple, and she shoots and scores. Frericks with the pass.
Tremendous look from Lauren Frericks, who certainly had to drive to the lane, but as they collapsed on her for help defense, found Gipple on the block.
Emma with 10 first quarter points. Ames down court. Morgan Wall, pull up jumper right elbow, no good. Rebound Dowling. Here's Frericks again. 22-2 Dowling. And here's Zediker for three, good, and she has played around the world, only missing the top of the key, and that three-pointer has exploded to a 25-2 lead, Dowling by 23.
It's a shooting night that certainly Ava needs. She certainly struggled here and there over the last 3 games. Had playing some really good competition, but having some open shots and hitting those, and her shot looks so smooth tonight, and she's hitting nothing but the bottom of the net, so continues to get some confidence.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. A reminder, the Iowa Catholic Radio Spring Carathon begins this Monday. That's President's Day, February 21st. It'll last all next week. You can make your pledge at iowacatholicradio.com and just click on the donate button. And we appreciate your support. Your contributions are tax deductible. You'll be getting a group text on Thursday morning. That'll be my brother and I will be in studio at 7 a.m. I know you're not up till 10, but try to help us out a little bit, Jimmy and Coach. Whistle and a foul on Dowling in the backcourt. Ames trying to break the press, and a foul on the Maroons. They're going to. Marin Heller will pick up her first foul.
At the break, Dowling came in with Ellie Olson and Macy Downing coming in for Gipple and Zediker.
All right, Ames with the basketball. Here is Eliza Lockie. Or check that. This is Percival. Eunice Percival back in with 2 fouls with a minute to play. Coach Harkin goes a little offense-defense. All right, here's Percival. Drives baseline. Cut off nice. He's Ellie Olson, as you mentioned in there. Long three, no good by Wall. Rebound Dowling and Heller. Down court to the Maroons, and that was Tritton running the floor, and the ball poked out of bounds. Layla had an opportunity for a breakaway and a whistle and a foul on Ames. They're going to get Madison Panconen for her second foul. And free throws coming for Layla Tritton here, who looks to get in the scoring column. Notice one thing in this first half, Jimmy, is when Dowling gets a rebound, a defensive rebound, they're running.
They're going to get up and go tonight. That's something they just got to get back to. Something that's been hard-pressed over the last few weeks, and feels good to get out there, stretch your legs a little bit, and just start building for this playoff run.
Yeah, and runs with 3 straight losses, as we mentioned, last week. So number 3, Ankeny Centennial, number 1, Johnston, and number 14, Cedar Falls. Tough week. As now Ames facing full court pressure, 44 seconds remaining, and a whistle and a backcourt foul on Dowling. And that'll be on Macy Downing, who just checked in, the 5'7" senior. So Downing picks up the fall. You mentioned Olson in there. And, well, the buzzer goes off, and they let him play on, so we'll do that.
Alex Gaskell was getting ready to check in, and they did not see the ball checked in on the baseline, but she'd be coming in at this point.
Now whistle a foul on Tritton, I believe. Let's see if Layla picked up the foul. She did. That's her first. So team foul number 4 on Dowling here in the first half. As sitting down, Ferks will sit down for Dowling. 35 seconds remaining, 27-2. Dowling by 25 here in the first half. And we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
Well, certainly something we sort of expected, especially with turnovers. Dowling ability to shoot the ball tonight has been impressive. But Ames coming out in zone defense for a short period of time gave Dowling an opportunity to hit a few threes to get up and stretch this lead.
Our officials tonight, Randy Reindell out of Waukee, Greg Metz from Waukee, and Kyle McCullough from St. Mary's. Congratulations to them for making the postseason. Ames had the ball tipped out of bounds. They throw it in now with 8 seconds remaining. Little Cyclones trying to make something happen. Here's Panconen with it. This is Madison, the senior. Hands it off to Precaution. A long three at the horn is no good, and we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 27, Ames 2. And alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. Jimmy Olson is our studio producer tonight. We'll be back to the Dowling Gym after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
What's wrong with girl watching? God made them pretty on purpose, right?
Yes, he definitely did, because he wants us to be attracted to them, attracted enough to love them, to enter into marriage, and to give up our lives for them. But is that what girl watching is? Nope. You know what it is? Yep. Girl watching is a sure ticket to never really becoming a man. Real men love heroically, with commitment and sacrifice, and when they see true beauty, they serve it. They don't try to make it serve them. What if Aragorn in Lord of the Rings had gone chasing after that blonde girl? Or maybe just for a little while. No, Aragorn knew that even a little girl watching would make him a boy and prevent him from doing the manly tasks before him. The ring would never have gotten destroyed, he'd never be king, and he'd never marry his queen. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
Welcome back to the Dowling Gym, underway in the second quarter. Ames has the basketball first. Dowling with a 27-2 lead at the end of one quarter play as we begin the second quarter with the long three by Ames. It's no good by Haley Precaution. The rebound out to Dowling. We'll get our first quarter statistic here in a moment. Tritton goes baseline. Her shot is blocked from behind by Panconen. And the rebound out to the Maroons. Here is Julia Moore with it. Dowling with their 5 starters on the floor. Moore, Zedeker, Tritton, along with Frericks and Gipple, and now a turnover by Dowling.
Well, Dowling had their first turnover for the game. You look at the first quarter stats. Dowling shot 4 of 6 from the field, 67%, 4 of 8 from 3 for 50%. So shooting the ball very, very well. 10 total rebounds and no turnovers. For Ames, their best possession was their first possession. They went 1 for 4 in the first half, 25%, 0 for 4 from 3. Just 2 rebounds, but 6 turnovers in the first quarter.
Dowling 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Ames yet to attempt the free throw, held to 1 field goal, as you mentioned, Jimmy. And now a turnover by Ames. Basketball goes over to Dowling. It's 27, Ames 2 here in the second quarter.
Ames goes back into a 2-3 zone this time.
Saw that. Gipple from the right elbow gets in the corner to Zedeker, and a corner 3 up and good. That is her 5th made 3 of the night. 15 points for Zedeker.
Well, it's certainly not a defense they can probably stick into as if Zedeker is going to continue to knock down these shots. I can see them getting out of this zone fairly early in the second quarter.
Zedeker almost got a steal there. They pass it over to Panconen. This is Carson, the freshman. Her shot no good in the lane. Rebound Dowling. And now Zedeker with the outlet pass. Gives it to Gipple. Looking to relocate. Now to Zedeker. Corner 3, right wing. Off the back iron, no good. Ball tipped towards the center court, and Moore tracks it down. Dowling retains possession. There's Tritton with it underneath the Frericks. And gets it to Gipple. She's double teamed. Now over to Zedeker. Good defense by Ames. And now Moore in the lane. Has the ball tipped away, and they're going to get a reach-in foul on the Little Cyclones.
If you could look back at this past year, and the defense that gave Dowling the biggest trouble was Ankeny Hawks going 2-3 and this is what you're seeing Ames going. Now, they went 1-3-1 in the first quarter. They've stuck to a 2-3 zone in the second quarter, and you can see Dowling's not moving the ball as well as they did in the 1-3-1 zone.
Maroons inbound the ball. That is team foul number 6 on Ames. And that last foul went on Madison Pencona. That's her third. Zedeker with it. In the corner it goes to Frerichs. Long three up. Off the back iron, no good. And Gipple with the rebound, and she traveled once she got an offensive board. So make sure you credit her with the offensive rebound, Coach, and then give her the turnover.
I got it. It is 8 total rebounds for Gipple in this first half. She's fine.
There's a lot of moving parts in there. Just want to make sure you're checking the right box.
Well, as fast as this going, I almost got to be looking up and down and looking at my Twitter phone and.
Yeah,
I'm keeping up with this.
You're supposed to be giving us updates.
I told you that's why I'm not play-by-play. This thing goes way too fast.
We haven't had one in a while. Iowa State, Oklahoma. They should be wrapping up here. Now underneath, a shot blocked inside. I don't know if Tritton or Zedeker got it. As a shot by Lockey was no good, who's in there for Ames. Eliza Lockey, rebound Dowling. And here's Moore in the lane. Gets it over to Frerichs from 3 right in front of the Ames bench. No good. Rebound Ames, and Carson Pancona, the freshman, has it. Outlet pass goes to Haley Precaution. Little Cyclones now in the front court. This is Lockey. Up top it goes to Precaution. Now to Pancona. In the lane, her shot blocked by Tritton. Rebound Dowling. Zedeker underneath the Moore, and Julia shot up and good on a breakaway layup. Julia Moore. That's her first field goal of the night. That's her 4th point.
Really set up by Zedeker, really pushing the ball. Finding a nice, easy seam to get more of the ball and completing the fast break 2-point play.
32-2, Dowling by 30. And we have wholesale cup substitutions. Line change. I know the Buccaneers are home tonight at the ice arena. I ran into the crowd coming here. But we've got a line change here. 5 new Maroons set to come in on the next dead ball at the 4.5-minute mark. Now a long 3 by Percival up and no good. And rebound Dowling. Frerichs with the rebound. To Moore. She fights her way in the lane. Her shot up and good. It was off balance and it went. The basket will count and the foul on Ames.
Well, 2 big things help Julia. One, she's going to her left side, which is her strongest side, but they're showing the strength on contact is what Julia has really shown this year, and it's really a testament of what she's done to prepare herself for this season, just showing a strength we have not seen in the first 2 years of her career, but certainly this 3rd year she's really doing her strength.
So new Maroons in there, including Alex Gaskell, the 6-foot freshman. Returning to the lineup, Ellie Olson, who was in earlier. And the free throw is good by Moore. So Julia completes the traditional 3-point play, and she'll lead with 7 points.
Have an update from Wells Fargo with Evan Frost, the first of the Frost brothers to go tonight, leading 6-0 in the championship weight of 132 with just over a minute to go. So certainly Evan is on his way to his 4th state title, 3 of them being in Louisiana, and hopefully 1 here in Iowa.
No question about it. Thanks for that update, Jimmy. And a whistle and a foul on Ames. Ellie Olson picks up the foul for Dowling. I mentioned the Dowling lineup at the free throw line for Ames is Anissa Percival, and she hits the first free throw. That's her first point of the night. As Dowling has Marin Heller and Macy Downing at guards, Ellie Olson, Alex Gaskell, and Layla Tritton, the 3rd guard in there. So that's the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Second free throw good. So Percival with 2 points. She goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's 35-4 our score. Dowling leading Ames here in the second quarter. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. A lot going on. High school state championship wrestling. The Maroons have 3 wrestlers involved tonight. And we got women's basketball. Jenny Baranchek makes her way back to Central Iowa, leading the Oklahoma team, taking on Bill Finley's 6th-ranked Iowa State women. That game going on. Haven't got an update there. You on TV, or you look? Where are you getting your stuff from? Unreliable sources. Unreliable sources.
That's why I don't show my phone. You know, it's very hush-hush. But I'm here, and Evan Frost did complete his journey, and he is a state champion for the Maroons here at the state of Iowa.
All right, pull-up jumper good by Marin Heller, as Heller, left unguarded, hits from the right elbow. 37-4 Dowling.
Heller's such a pure shooter, so seeing the Ames Little Cyclones getting into zone, mixing up man, leaving her some open looks. She has to love that look tonight.
Might see running clock here, Jimmy, 37-4. I think you can do that in the first half, we found out earlier this year, so we'll see. Little Cyclones having trouble with the pass. They're trying to go guard to guard on top of the key, and Dowling overplaying everything. Downing now all over the Ames gal, Liza Lockey. Now a steal by Heller. She was working that. Kids get used to scouting reports and anticipation, and that time Heller created the turnover, but Ames steals it back. Little Cyclones with it. And now whistling a foul in the corner on Dowling. I think they're going to get Downing for that.
Macy's second foul on the night.
It is.
Tonight's a type of night where, you can push your fouls a little bit, get a little bit looser on your defense, and know that you're not going to be coming out with just 2 fouls in the first half. And Coach Meyer is going to keep Macy in the lineup at least probably to the end of this 2 minutes.
Dowling with 16 fouls, Ames with 7. 2:45 remaining here in the second quarter. 37-4 Dowling. Ames with the basketball. Haley Precaution with it, the sophomore. Pass over in the corner. This is Percival, who the Maroons are really neutralized. She's just a freshman and a good-looking gal. And a reverse layup up and good. The basket will count. And Yanisa Percival with the basket leads the team in rebounding. And a foul on Dowling. They're going to get Olsen for the foul. That'll be her second.
Talented reverse layup on the dribble drive. Nellie Olsen did everything she could to play defense and contest that shot, which she did. But just a very talented and well drawn up reverse layup.
And now the and one. The free throw by Percival, good. Percival with 5 points, all in the second quarter. Comes in averaging 4.5 points. And leads the team with 4.5 rebounds per contest. 37-7. Dowling by 30. Olsen with it, gets in the corner, and that's Heller for 3, and it leaves it short. Rebound in the hands of Wall. As she outdueled Gaskell for it. And Little Cyclones with the basketball. They'll dribble up court. Precaution with it. This is Haley Precaution. Coming off the ball screen by Emma Evans, who's in there. Now down court. Shot off the glass, no good. By Precaution. Rebound Dowling. Heller underneath the Olsen. Layup is good. Is that Olsen?
Gaskell.
Gaskell, excuse me. Running the floor very nicely.
And seeing her run the floor out in front of the fast break with her length is just going to be a big asset to the girls as they move forward. Just being a freshman in Alex Gaskell.
Now Ames underneath, a shot up and no good as they're going to Percival again, and she drew the foul. Gaskell, an outstanding soccer player for just a freshman, so that's where the soccer running comes in. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling. It'll be on Olsen, her third. And a free throw coming for Percival. First one up and good.
Update up from Ames. Iowa State women now after 3 quarters up 71-45. Which that's a big margin for Coach Finley up there against Coach Bronchek.
I'm glad we have some people listen to us. They making fun of our banter. Second free throw good by Percival. One of the guys making fun of us sits in the last chair during the varsity boys game. I'm not going to mention who it is.
He is certainly a person we know cannot multitask.
Runs with the basketball underneath Frericks. Her shot no good, and battling for the rebound is Gaskell. And one of the Ames players, Emma Evans, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession will be Dowling with 1:29 remaining here in the first half, 39-9. Of course, if that person who's saying this stuff would have been here, we could have interviewed him at halftime, but, he decided to do whatever tonight.
Would have loved to get his perspective on the freshman basketball team.
I got a few questions for him, too. All right, here's Dowling with the ball. Heller inbounds it, gets it in the lane, and we're going to call traveling on Heller. Good job by Ames, as Heller dribbled into traffic and was hoping to maybe draw a foul or get a jump shot off, and she didn't either. Turnover against Dowling.
Just a half a second earlier, she has Tritton sitting over in the corner and probably wide open 3-point shot, but thought the dribble drive, but Ames did a great job collapsing down on that help defense.
Ames with the basketball as Jada Britton back in the lineup. She and Yanisa Percival anchor the guards. Morgan Wall now with the ball screen. Leaves it for Emma Evans. Hand off to Carson Pancona. Now Wall for 3. Top of the key. Rolls off the rim. No good. Rebound Heller. And Dowling with 45 seconds remaining. Dowling by 30. 39-9. And now they try to lob it into Gaskell. And they underthrew her. And it's stolen away by Ames.
Just forced the pass. Wasn't really there. And has some time to knock off that clock to get a better look. And Marin just forcing a little bit tonight, just playing a little bit looser than what you can.
Now Ames gets the ball underneath, and with the basketball is Panconen, and now traveling called on Ames. Panconen couldn't get the shot off, left it for Maya Frisk, who just checked in, and she traveled with the basketball with 18 seconds remaining in the half, and the Maroons will have the basketball for potentially the final shot of the first half. There's Heller with it in the corner. Now Downing for three. It's good. Macy Downing, corner three. That's her 6th three of the year. It's 42-9 Dowling.
Great look by Macy.
Ames the other way, Panconen, and lose the ball out of bounds. They say actually Heller stole it and traveled with it. Yeah, Heller stole it and traveled, so Ames will throw it in with 0.4 of a second. And they get it into Percival, and the shot won't count. And we're at halftime with Dowling Catholic leading Ames 42-9 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. A reminder, the winner of this game will face the winner of the game going on right now at Waukee Northwest. The Wolves, ranked number 11, they're hosting Cedar Rapids Kennedy tonight. And the winner of that game will meet the winner of this game at the highest seeded team left. And right now, Dowling's in pretty good shape there. And we'll take a break here at halftime alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo. I noticed you're scrolling through your phone, so I won't throw anything your way.
Well, like you said, there's just a lot of things going on right now, and Jacob Frost is now starting his bid at being a state champion. And he has a much tougher route going against a young wrestler out of Waverly Shellrock who's undefeated. So it's very interesting what Jacob Frost does in this one. But as we look at this first half for the Maroons, they just got out and started running from the get-go, and couple that with hitting some outside shots. Zedeker hitting 4 of her first 5 3-point shots, really extended the lead, and Gipple getting the offensive rebounds. I had her for 8 rebounds in that first half, and the putbacks that she had, I think she went 4 of 6 on her own in the first quarter, just really starting to show some of the strengths that this Maroon team has had throughout the year. Just some of the teams that they played over the last few weeks just haven't been able to be able to display it. But as we talked about pregame, getting some confidence, and I think this is what we're certainly seeing out of this Maroon team.
All right, we'll take a break here at halftime. Dowling Catholic girls leading the Ames Little Cyclones 42-9 here at the Dowling Gym. We'll return for our halftime statistics following these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear. In business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Golden Rule Heating and Cooling. Since 1999, Golden Rule Heating and Cooling has been supporting customers with their rules to live by: respect, understanding, loyalty, expertise, and service. GoldenRulePHC.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo. And underway here in the second half, a steal and basket by Emma Gipple. And we start the second half here at the Dowling Gym. 44-9 is our score. Dowling with the lead, and Emma Gipple with her 12th point on that steal as runs back to, it looks like their starting lineup here, Jimmy.
Well, you get as much as you can out of this half as this clock is going to start running if the Maroons can get it up to 35.
Ames with the basketball, and looks like they come out with their starters that they started the game with. A long three up and no good by Carson Panconen. Rebound Dowling and Julia Moore. Lead pass to Zedeker. Ava gets it back to Frericks. Top of the key goes to Moore. And then Moore in the lane, and her shot no good. Drew the foul. Layla Tritton out there also for Dowling. We mentioned Emma Gipple with the steal and basket, and a foul on Ames.
Looks like Julia Moore came up a little hobble on that dribble drive, and
precaution with the foul. That's her third, and she is. Officials giving her a chance to get her breath. Randy Reindell Greg Metz and Kyle McCullough are 3 officials, and Moore will shoot the first free throw. It's no good. Tonight's game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Dowling 8 of 9 at the free throw line at halftime. Second free throw, no good, so Moore missed them both as she hit her first 3 free throws in the first half. And now Heller will take the place some more, and Julia will go to the training table. Sarah Mashad will take her back to the training area, so that's never a good sign, and hopefully they can get that worked out. What do you think?
It looks to me to be a little bit of a tweaked ankle. It doesn't look to be anything serious, but certainly going to check it out and maybe tape her up.
Now we got a tie-up at half court as Dowling overplayed the passing lane and forced a jump ball to be Dowling basketball. But Julia took the ball top of the key, went to her left, went all the way down the lane, and then we got blocked out, and she hit the deck. I don't think she ran into the slid into the basket support underneath, but I think she must have landed wrong on her ankle. Hopefully it's something minor. Now Zedeker in the lane, and she finds a seam and shoots and scores something other than a three-pointer. And that's her 17th point.
The versatility that Zedeker has, her dribble drive and three-point makes her just, such a talented freshman to play that type of basketball at this age.
46-9 is our score, Dowling, here in this girls' regional semifinal here in the third quarter. Ames with the basketball down the lane. A shot up and good. That's Anissa Percival. That is her 9th point.
So because they hit 35, that right there sets it to a continuous clock. Isn't that correct?
Until it goes down to 25. You're right. Now in the lane, Frericks. Her shot rolls around and finally falls. Lauren Frericks with her first field goal. That's her 3rd point tonight. And it's 48-11 Dowling. With a 37-point lead. I think that is her largest. And now a steal and a basket by Zedeker. A nice outlet pass that time. I think it was Frericks got the outlet pass, and Zedeker scores her 19th point.
I think it becomes an emphasis for the Maroons at halftime is, let's see if we can take the ball to the basket. We shot a lot of threes in that first half. Let's see what we can do getting the ball into the lane and see what we can do putting the ball in the basket from short range.
Here's Heller in the lane. Pull-up jumper off the back iron, no good. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Here's Tritton with it. Her shot off the glass, good. And Emma Gipple kept that alive with her tapped offensive rebound.
Well, she can't get it with 2 hands. She can't get it with 2 hands. She's going to tip it out to somebody who is open and kept the ball alive there.
I wanted to make sure it got in the offensive chart for Emma. I know you keep that. We've done some investigating, and one time Emma had actually 20 rebounds, but you had her for 25. So we know that you're padding stats, which aren't accurate.
I'm her best asset.
Long three by Ames. They get the ball in the front court. No good by Morgan Wall. Rebound Dowling. Zedeker. Nice pass underneath the Gipple. A power dribble and a shot off the glass. Good from the right side. Emma Gipple. And she has 14 points. And it's 54-11 with the running clock. Dowling with the lead. Little Cyclones in the front court. This is Haley Precaution. Guarded by Heller. Out to Morgan Wall. Wall, sophomore, tries to get underneath it. Stolen away by Dowling. Maroons running. Tritton's pass to Zedeker. She had to go get it. And underneath to Gipple. Now in the corner. Tritton for 3. Up, and it's off the mark. No good. Gipple offensive rebound. Maroons will reset. Here's Frericks with it. Lauren down the left side. In the corner goes to Tritton. She'll try the same 3 again. It's off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound. Gipple. Back to Heller. She'll launch a 3 in front of the Dowling bench. No good. And the rebound, Ames. And Anissa Percival.
Well, Gipple kept that entire possession alive with her 2-3 rebounds. But Layla Tritton had 2 good looks. Couldn't hit either one of them. But continues shooting at this point, and she's somebody who can put the ball in the hole.
Whistle and a foul on Dowling as Ames dribbles the ball in the front court. Marin Heller with her 2nd foul. Continuous clock now with substitutions as Frericks, Gipple, and Zedeker exit the floor. Downing checks back in for Dowling along with Ellie Olson and Gaskell, Alex Gaskell, the 6-foot freshman in there. 3:10 remaining, third quarter, 54-11 Dowling, and now a steal by Olson. Gets it to Downing. Now they find Heller across the half-court mark as we have 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Heller with it. To Olsen, coming off a ball screen by Gaskell in the corner to Tritton. Now back to Olsen. Dribble handoff to Tritton. Leaves it for Olsen on the right wing. 15-footer, no good. Fight for the rebound. And Ames comes away with it. That's Percival with it. Outlet pass goes to Morgan Wall. Not a precaution. And a whistle and a foul called on Dowling. It'll be a shooting foul on the Maroons. That'll be on Heller, her third. And Jimmy, throughout all that, good to see Julia Moore back on the Dowling bench. I don't know if she's going to play much, but hopefully whatever ailed her got taken care of by the Dowling trainer, Sarah Michaud.
It looks like she's certainly in much bigger spirits right now. Probably if much tighter game, I'm sure she would be available to come in, but seeing that this is starting to push away, probably keeping her on the bench the rest of the night.
Not a bad idea.
Update from Waukee Northwest, which is a potential next round game for the winner of this. At halftime, Waukee Northwest is 22, Cedar Rapids Kennedy 10.
Well, things shape up. It'll be a rematch of two teams that played once this year, Dowling Catholic and Waukee Northwest, and it was here at the Dowling Gym. And the ball goes out of bounds. Dowling with a turnover, and Ames will inbound the ball with 2:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Little Cyclones working against Dowling's man-to-man. Here's Precaution with it. She'll launch the three off the mark, no good. And the rebound comes out to Dowling. Maroons now with the corner three. It's in and out, no good by Macy Downing, and the rebound Ames and Jada Britton.
Good look for Macy, right corner, which the Maroons have so much success from the right corner three-point shot, and was so close in and out shot for Macy.
Ames with the basketball. Dowling stays man-to-man. With it is Eliza Lockey, guarded by Downing. Tries to get the ball to her teammate, Haley Precaution, and Dowling with a reach-in foul. That'll be on Downing. And Macy with her third foul.
Very young lineup. Macy Downing is a senior, but young lineup in there for the Maroons. And just seeing what they can do. And getting their communication together on defense certainly is critical. But you see Ellie Olson, who's hopefully going to take over that Emma Gipple role next year, getting some significant minutes.
Yeah, you got Ellie Olson vying for that. Alex Gaskell, another year stronger, a freshman. There's two freshmen that are... you can go small lineup, you can go big lineup. Some good choices for Coach Meyer. Now here's a steal by Tritton, another freshman, all the way down court, and her shot up and no good, drew the foul. And we've talked to Layla here. I think it was halftime one of the boys' game, and she's got some game to her. And she drew the foul that time. Foul was on Jada Britton, her first for Ames. Team foul number 2 on the Little Cyclones here in the second half. And free throws for Layla Tritton. First one up and good. Layla with her 5th point of the night. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Second free throw good by Tritton, so she has 4 of her 6 points here in the third quarter, and Dowling out to a 56-12 lead over Ames. Running clock, and the Maroons are going to be back here on Tuesday night, taking on, apparently, Waukee Northwest for the second time, and now a foul on Dowling. They're going to get Heller with her 4th foul. With 22 seconds remaining, clock stops for free throws.
Well, with her 4th foul, she's likely going to be coming out here in this 4th quarter. So it'll be interesting to see who they dig deep into the bench and bring in for Marin. And it looks to be Molly Moist, which we've seen a lot of Molly in some runaway games, and she's shown a lot of talent in her game with her dribbling skills, her quickness, and certainly her ability to shoot the ball.
First free throw no good by Panconen. Carson's second free throw is good. It is her first point of the night. It's 56-13 Dowling. Maroons defeated Waukee Northwest 47-30 back on January 18th, so almost a month ago. By the time these two teams play, will be Tuesday night. Maroons with the basketball. Olsen gets the dribble handoff from Downing, and her shot's no good. Drew the foul, and to the free throw line, freshman Ellie Olsen for Dowling, as Jada Britton picks up her second foul. Nice little dribble handoff move. You usually see it out beyond the arc with the guards, but that was right at the left elbow, and nice shot by Olsen attacking the glass as she misses the free throw there, Jimmy.
It's what we talked about earlier is when the ball gets down on the block, you see somebody from the opposite side cutting to the basket to give an option to pass when the defense collapses, and that's what they found.
Second free throw is good, so Ellie Olsen in the scorebook tonight. 57-13 Dowling. 5 seconds remaining. Carson Panconen dribbles across half court. And now a steal by the Maroons by Molly Moist, but the ball rolled on the floor. Nobody could grab it, so we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 57. The Ames Little Cyclones 13 alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadeo. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute. You're listening to the girls Class 5A regional semifinal from the Dowling Gym here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo. This is the Maroons' first game in the postseason. They call it the semifinals. Maroons got a bye on Wednesday, so they face Ames tonight. And Dowling leading Ames 57-13. Maroons outscoring Ames 15-4 in that third quarter to lead it. And now we're going to see a lot of reserves. Running clock going on as Dowling leads by 35 or more. It's the Mercy Rule running clock in high school Federation girls and boys basketball. And we'll check the lineups here in a moment. Ames with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. They work underneath the right block. That being Haley Precaution. Now she dribbles out of it. It's Heller, Moist, Downing, Olsen, and committing the foul there was Alex Gaskell, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Jimmy, let's get a quick look at numbers through three quarters.
Maroons continue to shoot the ball well from the field, 15-20 for 75%, 6 of 18 from the three-point arc, 33%, 23 total rebounds, 7 turnovers for Ames. Struggling 3 of 10 for the field for the game for 30%, 0 of 9 from 3 is the Little Cyclones, 6 total rebounds and 18 turnovers.
Ames now 7 of 9 at the free throw line, and now underneath getting loose and shooting and scoring is Carson Panconen. Came from the top of the key. That is her third point tonight for Ames, the 5'5 freshman. 57-15 Dowling. There's Molly Moist in the lineup. Dribble drives, leaves it for Gaskell, and she overthrew the pass and stolen away by Ames.
This is a great look by Molly Moist. Cutting to the basket. I don't think Gaskell was expecting that, but great look by Molly.
There's a long three by Wall, no good, and the ball out of bounds to Dowling. Yeah, when Moist went down, I kind of figured it'd be kind of like you. You go in the lane, you're going to shoot. I wouldn't be looking for a pass.
Listen, if there's one thing, I am a great team player. I lead the pickup league in assists. I don't have that many three-point attempts. I just can't run the court
Let me ask
anymore.
you this. Weren't you kicked out of that league once for some unknown reason? Or was it just a group?
We talked briefly about our Italian men's basketball league, which the average age is 72.
Does that exist now?
And we may have had something to do with that rim getting broken over in the roundhouse over at Lincoln the other night.
You're trying to blame the poor sixth man of Johnston, Terrebonne, and he didn't. He got the. You guys were over there on Sundays. Who knows?
Well, it didn't take much for the tape to break that we put on that thing.
And you guys are up there dunking on ladders. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, turnover by Dowling. Maroons now on defense. They work underneath. And a shot up and good by Anissa Percival, guarded by Heller, who's playing with 4 fouls. Just let her turn and shoot. and score. And now Percival with 11 points leads Ames in scoring. Dowling with the ball. And now a steal. Still by the Little Cyclones. This is Haley Precaution in the lane. And tries to get at the wall, and the ball goes out of bounds. So Dowling has Moist, Heller, and Downing, the three guards, with Ellie Olson and Alex Gaskell in the post.
You know, if you're a corner wing player for the Maroons right now, you got to play with your heads up, because what you do see is the kick-out pass is there at any time, and the guards seem to find them, as we did there with Macy Downing, who just missed the three-point attempt.
Yeah, corner three up and no good. Nice pass from Olson underneath. So you got kind of trapped. You had the ball. Probably wanted to shoot and couldn't. Ames with the ball. 4.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Maroons are moving on to Tuesday night. Now here's a steal by Dowling. Gaskell with the steal. She gets it back from Heller. Layup up and good. What a move by Heller. Gave up the ball to Gaskell, who got the initial steal.
It was just kind of a little toss over the right shoulder on a dribble drive, and Ames wasn't expecting it. And I believe Gaskell was at the recipient of that, and just a great pass and assist for Marin Heller.
Timeout on the floor, but it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadale. Apologize for all that nonsense banner that I kind of brought up and try to get you started a little bit. The Italian Basketball League. I didn't think it ever went on anymore. I thought that got disrupted by the caucuses or something one night. You guys were supposed to have a gym on a Tuesday night, or it was a Monday night caucus, and I heard there was some kind of fiasco, and I said, the caucuses are here. You give up the gym for the process of the electoral process, and you didn't.
Everybody tries to squeeze our paid-for nights, and that's what happened that night.
Our paid-for nights. All right, new players on the court for Dowling. Olivia Redeker, 5'6" senior on the court, along with Olivia Spracklin, 5'7" senior. Molly Moy stays in the ball game.
Addie Smith in the game.
Yep, Addie, a 5'9" senior.
Grace Kelly.
Maroons with 8 seniors on this. Matter of fact, they started one night, matter of fact, later in the year. Mid-January when we had senior night. Grace Kelly in there, as you mentioned. Now a long three by Ames is no good. By Morgan Wall, rebound out of bounds to Dowling. So, yeah, it's Addie Smith, Olivia Spracklin, Grace Kelly, Olivia Redeker. And I'm missing one. It's not Molly Moist. Here's Olivia Spracklin with the basketball. Dribbles right side. Now a backdoor pass. And traveling called on Dowling.
Well, somebody you'd love to see get into the scoring column would be Olivia Redeker. I don't believe she has as a scoring point yet this year, and certainly being a senior, it'd be nice to see her get an opportunity to put the ball in the bucket.
Good point. Yeah, she's 0 for the season. Has 2 blocks, though, does Redeker. Let's see her get it. So, yeah, it's Redeker, Kelly, Molly Moist, Olivia Spracklin, and Addie Smith, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Ames now with substitutions of their own in the lineup is Maya Frisk, a 5'8" freshman. And getting loose on the baseline. Shot no good by Eliza Lockey. And the ball now blocked out of bounds, and Spracklin saves it from going out of bounds. Outlet pass to Redeker. Dowling with the basketball, leading 59-17, the final 2.5 minutes with the running clock here at the Dowling gym. Here's Moist. Dribbles in the lane, loses the ball, gets it back, bodies on the floor, and now finally retrieves it. Now a corner three, up and good! You just said it.
I bring great luck.
Olivia Redeker, I thought you jinxed her. Redeker with their first basket as a 5'6" senior this season. She is now 1 for 7 from three-point range.
It's fun seeing a huge smile go on her face.
Absolutely. Three-pointer no good by Maya Frisk. I would tell Olivia that's 3 more points than you and I have had this year.
That's a given. Maybe the last 2 years.
All right, inside, Dowling with the basketball. And a shot no good by Olivia Spracklin. A whistle and a foul on Ames, and they're going to get Eliza Lockey for the foul. That'll be her first foul, and team foul number 4 on the Little Cyclones. And free throws coming for Olivia Spracklin. Olivia 1 for 4 on the season for line. Misses the first free throw. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Ashworth Vision Clinic, along with Construction Professionals and Dental Associates. And And a reminder, we will have our Iowa Catholic Radio Carathon beginning this coming Monday morning, beginning at 7 o'clock. So you're invited to pledge your support for Iowa Catholic Radio, as Spracklin's second free throw is good. And you can go to iowacatholicradio.com and hit the donate button, and we'll be doing our Carathon beginning at 7 o'clock this Monday morning with the Catholic Morning Show hosted by John Leonetti. All right, Ames with the basketball. They trail 63-17 with a minute and a half to play. In the lane, a shot no good. Moist now with the ball for Dowling. They go the other way. Moist gets a pass inside, and Spracklin couldn't handle it, but she gets it back and shoots and scores. So Molly Moist with the basket.
It's, Molly's such an unselfish player, looking for other girls running the court on that, and certainly found Grace Kelly running the court. Ball got away and right into Molly Moist's hands, and was able to hit a 2-foot jumper.
All right, traveling on Ames as they were on their offensive possession. So with a minute to play, Dowling leading 65-17. The Maroons will move on to Tuesday night. And, of course, we'll be hoping for a score, or trying to get a score from Waukee Northwest. Got a lot of things going to fire tonight. And here's a pull-up jumper, no good by Redeker for Dowling. Rebound Ames. Final 40 seconds. Pancorn with it. This is Carson Pancorn. Gets in the corner. This is Emma Evans for Ames. Dribbles baseline. Shot off the glass. Good. Emma Evans shoots and scores. A 5'8" sophomore with her first 2 points. 65-19. Dowling with the lead. Moist. Top of the key to Spracklin. Olivia backs in the lane. Gets it to Smith, and she travels with the basketball. It'll be turnover. And now Ames wants a timeout with 15 seconds remaining. And we'll take a 1-minute break with 15 seconds remaining in the contest. Dowling 65, Ames 19 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. Why can't I follow my own conscience? You can, if it's properly formed. If you were trying to win a top-secret cross-country road race with a prize of over $100 million, you'd want to make sure that your GPS was right. Getting to heaven is actually even more important. That's why you need to make sure that your moral GPS, your conscience, is pointing you in the right direction. How do we make sure that our consciences are formed in truth and not in personal biases or societal error? After all, when John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln, his conscience told him he was liberating his country from a tyrant. The answer is actually pretty simple. Listen to the Catholic Church. After all, Christ founded it to get us to heaven. So the Church got her teachings from God himself, has never changed them, and has spent 2,000 years explaining and clarifying them for us. How long have you been working on yours? For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Final seconds here as Dowling with the lead, 65-17 or 65-19, and that'll do it as Ames puts up a shot. It's no good, and the Maroons will move on to Tuesday night. They'll play for a chance to go back to the state tournament. Dowling 65, Ames 19, the final here from the Dowling Gym as the Maroons improve their record to 17-6 on the season. Ames falls and concludes their season with a record of 3-19. And Jimmy, it was all Dowling tonight from the get-go as the Maroons jumped out to a 27-2 first quarter lead, and they never looked back.
Well, it's what happens when the Maroons get the turnovers, in which they got a lot of turnovers from Ames tonight. And they get up and run their court well. They pass the ball well, but credit them for Dowling hitting critical shots early in the game. As we mentioned, Zedeker hitting 4 out of 5 threes early in the game, but Gipple certainly had her hands into the early play of the game. But in the second half, you played from Marin Heller, Ellie Olson, Alex Gaskell had a nice second half. Molly Moist had some good looks, assists. But also give it up to Olivia Redeker, as we talked earlier, who hit her first basket on the season, which was a right corner three, which I'm sure she's practiced that a lot in practice, the way these girls shoot that shot.
Well, final score once again, Dowling 65, Ames 19. A final from Ames, as it was the Iowa State women, who were ranked 6th nationally, defeated Oklahoma Final score there, 89-67. The Iowa State Cyclones knocking off number 15 Oklahoma, and Coach Jenny Baranczyk. So Jenny brings her team first time back in Central Iowa since she took the job last spring. And I know they had a pretty good contention of Dowling and Drake fans go up there, and I didn't get this accomplished. I was going to text one of the Drake radio announcers, see if possibility the Drake bus will stop by Ames and maybe watch maybe the second half of that game, as Drake women today winning at UNI. So didn't get that happen, but
a lot of respect.
lot going on.
Drake continues for Coach Baranczyk and what she did for that program for many years, and they will continue to support her as she moves on. And as long as they don't play each other, I'm sure that they're one of her biggest fans. But you look at potential matchup for the Maroons in the next round, that round to go to Wells Fargo right now in the fourth quarter. Waukee Northwest is leading Kennedy 33-22. So looks like Waukee Northwest as we know, Coach Chris Gass will hold that ball as long as he can, and certainly try to push this out to a win and push this game hopefully this coming week against the Maroons, and we'll find out here in the next few minutes, I'm sure.
All right, we'll go to our post-game show following this break. Again, along with Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadeo. Final score tonight, the Dowling girls advance to Tuesday night with a 65-19 win over Ames, as Ames falls to 3-19, and they conclude their season. Dowling's record now 17-6, and Dowling will host on Tuesday night. 7 o'clock will be tip-off against either Waukee Northwest or Cedar Rapids Kennedy. At last report, Waukee Northwest leading that contest in the fourth quarter. We'll keep you updated as we move to our postgame show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Golden Rule Heating and Cooling. Since 1999, Golden Rule Heating and Cooling has been supporting customers with their rules to live by: respect, understanding, loyalty, expertise, and service. GoldenRulePHC.com.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Gym following the Maroons' win tonight in the first round. The girls' Class 5A Regional, 65-19 the final. Dowling over Ames, along with Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo, and we're joined now by assistant coach Joel Danner and Emma Gipple, the leading rebounder in Class 5A. Jimmy, we're graced with her. Now, she appreciates all the extra padding you do, but Coach Danner, nothing gets by him or Coach Meyer. Those statistics never add up. He had you down for 50 rebounds tonight and about 15 points. So we know that wasn't quite right. But,
well, I don't know if I'm right or if Coach Danner's right. The one thing that is right is Emma Gipple finished the season leading 5A in total rebounds, and just a tremendous accomplishment for all her hard work and
absolutely.
efforts.
Great accomplishment for Emma. She just works every day so hard on the rebounding and just been such a tremendous leader for us this year. She really has. But to lead Class 5A at, 5'11", it's just a testament to her and what she's done for the last 4 years. It really is.
And kind of undersized for the forward or center position in 5A, would you say, especially when you're going up the likes of some of the players in this conference?
Oh, yeah. We're playing the best players in the state every night in, night out. And what she does is just, I sit back sometimes and just think, how did she do that? I mean, she's just relentless attacking the ball in the offensive end, and defensively, she's just so good at just seeing where the shot is going to go and just finding a spot to put herself in that position to get the rebound. And we've been watching that. We've been lucky now for 4 years, but she's just picked it up here the last couple, and wow, it's just fun to watch.
Well, it's a good thing we're using your numbers, Coach Danner, because the guy to my right, I'm not sure he probably padded, but she's still leading the state in rebounding. But they're official numbers. We know that.
They're official numbers. Yeah, I would assume after tonight she's probably put a little bit more distance between her and number 2 on that. Just I don't know what she ended up with, but it had to be a bunch.
Yeah. Well, Coach, congratulations. Always good to win the first round. Now you move to the second round. Last report, Waukee Northwest leading Cedar Rapids Kennedy, so may see Northwest for the second time this year. Only played them once.
Which will be okay. We'll be ready for them by Tuesday night. I can guarantee you that our players are going to put time in the next 2 days, watch the tape and film, and we'll be ready to go for tomorrow. And Sunday comes around for practice, and we'll be fine.
It's going to be hard replacing this young lady. I know she battles in practice with the likes, some of the girls that we saw out there at the end, Gaskell, Olson. Even gets her shot blocked once in a while. And that has made her better with some of the gals you have in practice, and some of them are freshmen.
It has. It's made all of them better, to be honest with you. And, Emma's such a great leader for those girls, and Oli and Alex, and those two are just, they got to step up next year and take over her spot, hopefully on the rebounding, offensively and defensively. But Emma just pushes them every day, and the nice thing is they both push her to make her better. And, she's just become a better all-around player for us this year.
Well, and that leads me into the question I wanted to ask Emma is we've talked, throughout the season is girls who come in for you and take over some of the efforts that you have, and we've talked about Ellie Olson and as recently Alex Gaskell's really stepped in. What are some of the things you talk about in practice, the leadership things that you talk to some of these girls that you can leave to this young team as you would move on in the next few weeks, and these girls are the next girls up?
I think some of the biggest thing is just it doesn't matter your size. Is if you're going to work harder than other girls, like you'll get the ball, you'll be on the court more. I think that's what I learned since my freshman year is I didn't score often, and that wasn't why I was on the court, but I got a lot of minutes for just being a defender, being in the right spot on defense, being able to position myself for rebounding, and I think that's something that they just learned also is that like they watch me. Like I don't always score a bunch in games and stuff, but I'm always on the court because I just consistently work hard, and I think they push me and I push them, so it's fun at practices and stuff. And yes, I get my shot blocked a lot by long-armed Alex.
So you look at some of the unselfishness that this team has, and it's not just this team; it's been the teams that we've seen years past, and with Coach Meyer and the program that she's brought and the culture she's brought. Where does it come from? Where does the unselfishness that we see year in and year out, especially this season, and you talked about it just a minute ago, where does that come from?
Well, our principles for the Dowling Catholic program are tradition, love, and consistency, and Meyer just hammers that into us. And I think I've learned it from the seniors that have come before me, and I hope I have ingrained that into the freshmen and the younger girls in the program now. I just think that everyone just buys into it, and I know I bought into it, and I just think we all just see the success that we've had, and why would you change it at this point? And I think we all just love playing for each other, and I think that helps it. So,
and I think what makes this program so strong is that seniors like yourself want to see the next group succeed, and what you guys give to them and continue to build on this culture certainly shows the strength of everything that Coach Danner, Coach Faber, Coach Meyer have going on here.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, what's next for you? Is it going to be obviously college? But doing what? Are you going to be a two-sport athlete? And they play a little softball out there. She's avoided me in the softball diamond, by the way, Coach Cataldo.
You have the worst strike zone, and so we try to avoid that.
I'm just saying she's avoided me. But what's your thoughts on softball or basketball, Emma?
Yeah, not officially decided yet. I've narrowed it down to a couple of schools, but I actually haven't picked what sport I'm playing yet, and so it's a little. It's a lot going on right now, but it'll work itself out, I think.
Are you going to get something from the state, or maybe Coach Danner, about being the offensive leader in Class 5A and rebounding this year? Total rebounds. You were leading. I don't have the stats here tonight, but you were leading defensive rebounds, or was it offensive rebounds? Offensive rebounds, you were the leader. You were second in defensive rebounds. Yeah. But total rebounds, you were number one. Are you going to get something, from recognition from the state?
Hopefully just more wins. Hopefully just keep winning.
There's unselfishness. There's a team player right there, Mr. Cataldo. Go ahead.
That these young ladies, these women can speak, and we've seen this from some of our halftime guests, and the answers are so poignant, and I think you make such a good point there. And so as you move on and you look into your softball and your basketball careers, you certainly leave a lot of people, coming after you. How are you managing everything that's coming at you, both sports and especially some of the attention I'm sure you're getting over this winter time?
Oh, I don't know. I just enjoy it. Meyer talks to me all the time. Was don't lose the love you have for the game just because all the outside things are going on. And I think that's for me is just awesome. Just enjoying it. Watching Ava right here take a picture of me is great too. But I just love coming to practices. I love the open gyms. I love talking to my teammates, hanging out in the locker room. We watched the Iowa game before this. Like, just all the little things are just so much fun. I think that kind of like you just kind of block out all the other noise that's going on and just enjoy everything around you.
Well, we hope it continues, Emma. I know you're going to have the big regional final here Tuesday night. I know you guys will be ready. The guy next to you, Coach Danner, and the coaching staff will get you ready. But thanks for all you've done. Hopefully we get to talk to you again. That's what I'm hoping for. But if we don't, thank goodness. Thank you for everything, for coming up here, visiting with us. I know you can be back there with teammates. Family's probably out there. Had a chance to see your mom and dad. I think it was the Johnson game towards the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And you played some great competition, and I know you're looking forward to the next level, and hopefully it'll be at Wells Fargo Arena. But you got to get through, more than likely, Waukee Northwest Tuesday night. Jimmy, is that
final from Waukee Northwest, beating Kennedy 58-29. So setting up a rematch that we saw earlier in January, and two very good mm-hmm. teams, but as Coach Danner said, give them some time to look at the film, see how far Northwest has come, and certainly how the Maroons certainly coming off a very confident night. And we talked about just building some confidence, beginning this postseason. As everybody knows, records are 0-0.
That's right.
And the move just continues to march on. All you got to win is by one. And,
mm-hmm.
and as we always talk, survive and advance.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, Emma, thank you very much. I'm going to put it right over here to Coach Danner. Coach, what's preparation between now and Tuesday night? I know you're breaking down film. After all, Waukee and Coach Guess is the defending state champions. Could I make that even clearer? And he just grimaced. Go ahead.
I said the same thing this morning. I said until somebody knocks them off, they're the defending state champions.
That's right.
So that's what we got in front of us, and what a great challenge that's going to be for our girls and our coaching staff to get ready for Tuesday night. But I'll go home and I'll start updating my scouting report, and I'll put it together tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll have it ready by 2:15 tomorrow when we start watching film, and we'll be set to go, and we'll put a plan in place that will allow our girls the best opportunity to pull out a win here Tuesday night.
So that means 2:15 you got to put together. What practice shoot around will be around 5-ish?
Yeah, 3 to 4:30.
Oh my
I think.
Goodness. So
we'll watch film for 45 minutes and then we'll go to work.
All right, Coach Danner, thank you.
Thank you.
Emma Gipple, thank you. Best of luck, and we hope to talk to you next round maybe. We'll see.
We'll do.
All right, that's our guest. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
You bet. And that's Joel Danner and Emma Gipple join us tonight here on the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio, and we want to thank them. We're going to take one final break, come back, we'll add up the scoring. Have you got your totals done, Coach?
I did. Just so Emma knows, I have her down for 12 in a very shortened minutes tonight.
Check the numbers.
12 total rebounds, which is pretty good.
We'll see how that.
You see, the Coach Danner goes, wow, I thought she had more than that. See?
So, there we go.
It's always unofficial.
Good luck with it. It is. We'll take our final break. Final score once again. Dowling girls advance to Tuesday night. They'll take on Waukee Northwest with a 58-29 win. Waukee Northwest eliminates Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Dowling's final tonight, 65-19 over Ames, and we'll return for final comments and final statistics as the Dowling girls advance to the regional final on Tuesday here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever noticed that most modern philosophies are very dark and depressing? As G.K. Chesterton says, most people in our world today have been forced to be happy about the little things, but sad about the big ones. But that's not the way we were meant to be. We were meant to be joyful. Sadness is only an interlude. Praise should be the permanent pulsation of the soul. The Christian is able to deny himself immediate pleasures because there's great joy and fulfillment inside him. The pagan must constantly seek after pleasure because there's great sadness and emptiness inside him. Joy, which is the small publicity of the pagan, is the gigantic secret of the Christian. Let's share the secret. Want more than a minute? Visit our website, chesterton.org.
Hey, welcome back to the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Final thoughts as we'll give you in our final segment here, we'll give you the numbers tonight, and we'll start with the scoring. For Ames, the Little Cyclones and head coach Chris Larkin, they conclude their season with a record of 3 wins and 19 losses. The Little Cyclones dressed 5 sophomores and 4 freshmen tonight, along with 1 senior and 4 juniors. And they were led by Anissa Percival, the 5'10 freshman, with 11 points, was the only player in double figures for Ames. She was followed by Carson Panconi, another freshman, with 3 points, and Haley Precaution, a sophomore, with 3 points. Emma Evans off the bench with 2 points. Little Cyclones went 7 of 9 at the free throw line tonight. For the Maroons, they had quite a few people score tonight, and they had 6, 8, 10, 12 players out of the 15 that they dressed scored. And the leading scorer tonight was Ava Zedeker with 19 points. She had 5 3-pointers in the first half, 15 points at halftime, and hit a pair of 2-pointers in the second half for her 19. 14 points for Emma Gipple, young lady we talked to here on the postgame show. 14 points and how many rebounds, Jimmy?
I had her down for 12 of the 26 total rebounds at the Maroons.
So double-double for Emma, who leads the state in rebounding. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, 7 points for Julia Moore, 6 points for Layla Tritton, and then 4 points for Alex Gaskell off the bench for the Maroons. 3 points each for Olivia Redeker, Lauren Frericks, Macy Downing. 1 point each for Olivia Spracklin and Addie Smith. And Marin Heller with 2 points, along with Molly Moyes with 2 points. Grace Cully was the lone Maroon that didn't score, who dressed, I believe. Addie Smith didn't score either. So there you have it. As Dowling went 12 of 14 at the free throw line, outscoring Ames 8-6 in the running clock during the fourth quarter. And Jimmy, you got to look at the percentage numbers.
So for Ames tonight, shot 6 of 16 from the field, 37%. Really struggled from three-point line, 0 for 13 on the night, 9 total rebounds, and then 21 turnovers. For the Maroons, it came with the hot shooting free throws, the hot shooting field goals tonight, 17 of 24 for the Maroons, 70% from the field, 7 of 20 from the three-point arc, 35%, 26 total rebounds, as I mentioned, and a total of 11 turnovers for the Maroons. So, again, we talked about building confidence on the shots tonight. The Maroons were able to hit some outside shots in the first half, as we talked, which, of course, builds a lot of confidence, which they sorely needed after, certainly the finish. But, took the ball to the basket much more in the second half and built some confidence around the basket. But everybody contributing tonight, which was great to see.
And it was. The Maroons had no let-up. Remember, Dowling hadn't played since a week ago tonight when they lost up at Cedar Falls on that grueling stretch where the Maroons faced Ankeny Centennial at Ankeny Centennial on a Tuesday night, at Johnson on Friday, then turn around, get in the bus, and go to Cedar Falls on Saturday. Number 3, number 1, and number 14 teams all on the road. And then they had the week off, and then tonight they came out and got out to a great start, 27-2 at the end of the first quarter. And that momentum you're talking about, confidence and momentum, certainly played a part in this game.
Well, those 3 games, Johnston, Cedar Falls, Ankeny Centennial, and the way those 3 teams play certainly will humble you. And
yes,
we talked about the young team that this Dowling group has. We talked about it early in the year, but they really didn't show any of the youth. The way they played, the up-tempo style that they played like a veteran team, but you started to see the season wear on them a little bit. They lost a little bit of the legs. In playing these teams night in and night out will do that to you. And to have a week to regroup and build some confidence and kind of catch your breath, get some fresh legs, and you saw it out of this team tonight, and it's going to be so great to see what kind of team and effort they bring Tuesday night for a shot to get to Wells Fargo as a very young team.
Yes, it is, and that'll set up a rematch. Dowling and Waukee Northwest. They played back on January 18th here at the Dowling Gym, and it was Dowling a 47-30 win over Waukee Northwest. You can throw that out you can throw that all away. And Waukee Northwest and head coach Chris Guest, in his first year at the new school, well, they're the defending champs in Class 5A. And Jimmy, other final thoughts before we sign off tonight and get back to Saturday night? We know we got a couple of other winners tonight. The Drake men upset Loyola of Chicago, 83-76. Loyola in first place in the Missouri Valley Conference. So Drake men, a big win on the road. And the Iowa State women defeated Oklahoma 89-67 up in Ames in the battle of top 15. So congratulations to Bill Finley and the Iowa State Cyclones.
Huge win for Drake Bulldogs at Loyola. I mean, going on the road in the Missouri Valley Conference is very tough, and to play Loyola there and beat them, that's a huge win. But you look at some of the things we talked about throughout the night. The Dowling wrestling team. We heard that Evan Frost won his state title. Jacob Frost came up just short in his match. He lost 2-0 against a very, very good Waverly Shell Rock wrestler. when he had an opportunity, I hear, on a takedown at the last second and just didn't get it. We have not got an update on Ralston Rumley and his bid for a state title, and it'd be very interesting to see where the Maroons finish. But if they finish in a top 6, even if they get to a top 5, just an incredible accomplishment for that wrestling program in Coach Ry Finch's first year.
Absolutely. And, of course, Carson Hagan finishing 4th today in the Wrestle for Consolation final for 3rd place. He finished 4th, so congratulations to Carson also placing. So, all right, Jimmy, we'll talk to you Tuesday night. It's Dowling and, of course, Joaquin Northwest in a rematch. The winner will punch their ticket to the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Monday night we'll have a game right here in Iowa Catholic Radio. Dowling boys open up postseason play. The Maroons hosting Des Moines North, and we'll be on the air at 6:45 Monday night for that game, and they'll tip it off tip it off 7 o'clock. Steve DeVinny will join me for the broadcast.
I appreciate it, Mark, and looking forward to seeing the Dowling boys Monday night and the girls. And I love how Coach Danner put it. They're the defending state title contenders until somebody beats them.
That's right.
And I love that attitude that he's taken.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. That'll wrap up our broadcast tonight. Jimmy Olsen has been our studio producer. Thanks to him. And our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, including Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Again, the final, Dowling 65, Ames 19. The Maroons advance to Tuesday night's regional final. They'll take on Waukee Northwest. Waukee Northwest, a 58-29 win over Cedar Rapids Kennedy at the Northwest Gym. So congratulations to them, and those two teams will meet. We'll have it on Tuesday night here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. For our everybody here involved with our broadcast, including Ames Little Cyclones head girls basketball coach in his first year, Chris Harkin, Lyle Fetters, our athletic director, and all the folks at Ames, Tristan Spears, Zach Steinhoff, thanks to them, and, of course, Kristen Meyer, Joel Danner, and Emma Gipple, our post-game guests. We want to thank them for joining us. This is Mark Amadale for my broadcast partner, Jimmy Cataldo, and we're signing off, and we'll talk to you on Monday night, as that'll be our next broadcast, Dowling hosting North in the boys' sub-state first round. We'll be on the air at 6:45 with pregame, tip-off 7 o'clock. Steve DeVinny will join me for the contest. For everybody involved with tonight's game, for Jimmy Cataldo and Jimmy Olsen, I'm Mark Amadale. Once again, the final score for the final time. Dowling girls advance. They defeat Ames 65-19 here at the Dowling Gym. And we'll talk to you Monday night. From all of us here at the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, have a safe and blessed faith-filled evening.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.